Versatile Mage. Chapter 690. The Brawl Above the Inner City. The mountain zombie was utterly infuriated. It seemed to treat its minions more kindly than any other undead. When it saw the tiny figure killing its army of zombies, it immediately raised its arm and flung it down through the clouds with immense power. The inner city shook violently. The mountain zombie's arm came down like a godly hammer from heaven. The entire street trembled and was smashed to pieces, including the buildings and the cement-paved road. The street stretched at least a kilometer, yet the force of its swing instantly raised everything along it to the ground. Its strength was simply unimaginable. In the middle of the crushed street, a small human-sized figure slowly rose to his feet, perfectly unharmed. Purple-black lightning circled Demon Mo Fan like a furious storm. Demon Mo Fan wiped the blood from his lips. His pupils gradually turned purple as they exchanged a deadly glance with the mountain zombie. The mountain zombie bent down to stare at the sunken ground it had created. But all it saw were a pair of cold eyes staring back at it. He was not dead. The tiny human was not dead. Not many creatures in the world could survive a swing of its arm. Fierce lightning descended from the sky, tearing a gap between heaven and earth, connecting the sky and ground. The purple-black lightning struck Demon Mo Fan. Rather than harming him, the force poured over his demonic, majestic body. Demon Mo Fan stood in the lightning with his arms spread wide, as if receiving a baptism. With a deafening roar, the lightning transformed into dozens of purple-black dragons, circling a few hundred meters around him. Half bending his knees, Demon Mo Fan, surrounded by the lightning dragons, shaped his body like an evil bow on the verge of firing. He launched himself into the sky again. The lightning dragons could not keep up, trailing behind him in a long streak of electricity. His fist flickered with lightning. The runes covering his body emitted a brilliant, blood-black glow as the dangerous energy within his demonic form was fully unleashed. The punch struck the mountain zombie's collarbone, where a visible wound already existed. The force of the demon punch was tremendous, and with the lightning dragons striking immediately afterward, the combination left a massive hole in the mountain zombie's collarbone. Initially, the wound was needle-sized, but when the lightning dragons struck, the wound expanded, deep and clear, revealing the bone beneath. The mountain zombie took several steps back, each covering hundreds of meters. It slowly lowered its head and saw the wound festering from the lightning punch. Fresh blood poured down like a waterfall. The mountain zombie had been injured fighting the 7 human experts, but none had left such a huge, bleeding wound. It clearly remembered crushing the human who caused the tiny wound on its collarbone against a mountain. This was far more serious. Is that Mo Fan? The authorities in the clock tower were stunned. The wicked eye copper mirror had disappeared along with the space of death. They initially thought Demon Mo Fan had been crushed when the space collapsed. Yet he returned to the outer city through the turbulent flow of space, and had begun fighting the mountain zombie. The mountain zombie. 7 super magicians had been sent to fight the creature, but half of them were dead, and the survivors too injured to continue. Now Demon Mo Fan was fighting the mountain zombie amidst the ocean of zombies, leaving a massive hole along its throat. Before the astonished crowd, a human figure arced across the sky above the inner city and slammed onto the top of the golden barrier. The crowd craned their necks, and saw Mo Fan, his body covered in runes, rising to his feet. An enormous palm covering the sky came down, aiming at him. Demon Mo Fan had fallen onto the golden barrier but somehow evaded the mountain zombie's attack. The mountain zombie was enraged. Its enormous body leapt into the air and landed atop the golden barrier. It stepped onto the barrier, directly above the crowd. Many in the inner city lost consciousness at the sight. The streets below emptied as people fell to the ground. Only those with strong will stared at the intimidating scene with blank faces, hearts pounding as if ready to explode. Holy crap, isn't that Mo Fan? Zhao Kunsen pointed upward, clearly seeing Mo Fan's rune-covered face. Are you out of your mind? How could he possibly be? Holy shit, he does look exactly like Mo Fan. Wang Sanpang cursed under his breath, gathering courage to get a closer look. Despite the ghastly expression and savage aura, the face belonged to Mo Fan. He had long silver hair and mysterious runes across his body. A wolf soul shadow was attached to his back. In truth, apart from a recognizable face, he barely resembled Mo Fan. He looked like a demon from the underworld inhabiting Mo Fan's body to wreak havoc. The mountain zombie clearly struggled to defeat him. Where did he go? Zhou Ming asked, panicking. I don't know. He vanished in the blink of an eye. Zhao Kunsan replied. Demon Mo Fan was extremely hot-tempered, yet he was using his brain. The mountain zombie far exceeded the strength of his demon form. Attempting to defeat it with brute force would only get him killed. The best approach was to locate the wounds left by the 7 super magicians and use them to inflict serious damage. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.